Alors déjà c'est le BRIFF, c'est Bruxelles, ma ville natale, donc c'est un plaisir de soutenir un festival dans lequel je crois. Et être jury dans un festival en général, c'est toujours l'occasion non seulement de découvrir des films qu'on n'a pas forcément toujours l'occasion de voir, mais en plus de ça d'en parler énormément avec des gens qui sont aussi fascinés que moi. Donc c'est une opportunité, mais c'est aussi une chance. J'essaye de garder de la candeur et un peu d'émerveillement face au film. Euh, de ne pas partir avec des a priori, même si ça c'est difficile. Et puis surtout, de voir après la projection ce que le film me fait dire avec les co-jurés. C'est la discussion d'après qui m'intéresse aussi, au-delà de l'émotion, mais il faut de l'émotion.
I'm very excited because this is the first time Fipresci, the Federation of International Film Critics, has been invited to the BRIFF. So we are very honored to be the first Fipresci jury, and we hope this is the beginning of a long friendship, to quote a film. We had a delightful time. We were a very good team with Jan Storo and Stanislas Ide. And we basically went out of screenings and started discussing the films, so it was very much of a process. Today we had our final meeting, and I must say our tastes very much aligned, so it was very harmonious, no stress.
Well, I think mostly it's of course to see films, but in an international environment is important to me. So meeting with people from other countries, from other cultures, and that goes within the jury, but also other people I meet. Well, we sort of had short discussions early, a couple of 2 or 3 times during the week, and got to know each other and each other's view on film and on the issues that were presented in the films. So we ruled out a few films and ended up, we had 12 films and we ended up with 6 films in the last meeting. And then I think we sort of discussed all of them when it come to preferences and what we liked, and of course different type of quality measures on how they were made, how they were photographed and other things, acting. Only one memory. That's hard. Well, these festivals, they have, it's much the same thing as I just mentioned. I think when you come to a festival in a certain country and a certain city, it's always interesting to look into what comes from there. So in this case, we saw some films from the international program, but also some from the national program, and that is also interesting. And in the Fipresci jury, we almost always have one representative from the country. So that means that the Belgian representative now has taught us things about the Belgian scene, which I did not know about.
Au zèbre, mais si je dirais un souvenir, cette édition-ci, c'est ma rencontre avec Chiara et Yann, mes co-jurés.
I think it's going to be many instances. The selection of the films was exquisite, our category. Also the collateral events were top-notch, like the talk and retrospective dedicated to Fanny Ardente. I also had the chance to visit your beautiful city since my childhood, and I was very enamored. So praise to you all. Bravo, bravo. It's tough, also as a female film critic, because there's less of us. It's a profession that with the digital revolution may be a little discredited, because obviously everyone has access to write about films on their own little blog, whereas I am a bit of the old school at heart, so having the knowledge about the history of cinema and so on. So it's definitely something you do for the love of motion pictures. It's something that you don't do for any other reason.
For me today, I think to be a critic is an important role in the society because in these complex modern societies I think it's very important that people get help to understand and interpret what they see, for example in film or in literature or whatever. So I sort of humbly think that I may make a difference.
Alors, être critique de cinéma, aujourd'hui c'est un mot important dans la question parce que c'est vrai, c'est un métier qui évolue constamment. On doit constamment s'adapter à des médias différents. La vidéo, l'écrit, Internet, la télé, la radio, c'est un métier qui est en constante évolution. Moi, pour ma part, j'écris en presse écrite pour 2 journaux et pour un magazine. Je fais aussi de la radio pour parler de séries plutôt que de films. Et je commence à faire de la télévision pour reparler de cinéma. Et donc, en plus de ça, comme profession, oui, je pense que c'est un métier où on est obligé de rester curieux parce que sinon on devient une caricature de soi-même, mais très rapidement.